Hello, my name is Lana Shore. I work as a special education reading resource teacher with 3rd through 5th grade students at Lincoln Elementary. And I'm finishing my master's degree in reading as well. I help students with many different reading strengths and needs, including those who need extra support with basic skills. In this presentation, I will explain what structured literacy is, go over the 6 key parts, and show how this infographic can help teachers and families understand what good reading instruction looks like. So first we're going to talk about why structured literacy matters. So structured literacy is based on the science of reading and research about how students learn to recognize words and understand language. It is not just about teaching phonics alone. Instead, it teaches the parts of spoken and written language directly, so students can decode, spell, build fluency, understand vocabulary, and comprehend increasingly complex text. This approach supports educational equity because students do not have to figure out how reading works on their own. Every student gets clear explanations, teacher modeling, guided practice, feedback, and cumulative review. These steps help all students, but they are especially important for those with dyslexia, learning disabilities, or ongoing reading challenges. So there was a shift, and the move towards structured literacy represents a shift from the whole language and some balanced literacy practices. Whole language focused on meaningful stories and often assumed that children would learn just by being around books. Balanced literacy added some phonics, but still often used level books and strategies like looking at the pictures, using context, or checking the first letter to figure out unknown words. Structured literacy approaches unfamiliar words differently. Students are taught to examine the complete word, connect letters to sounds, analyze syllables and morphemes, and then use context to confirm the meaning of the word. This does not mean that meaning and authentic literature are unimportant. It means that students receive direct instruction in the skills they need to access meaningful text independently. So now we're going to talk about the 6 elements. So the first element is phonology, which means the structure of language. For example, a teacher might ask students to break the word rat into r, a, t, while moving counters into boxes for each sound. This helps students notice the sounds they will later match with letters. The second element is sound syllable association. Students learn with letters, which letters stand for which sounds in reading and spelling. For example, the teacher explicitly teaches that ch, which is ch, right, stands for the sound ch, and guides students to blend ch, r, t to read the word chart. The third element is syllable instruction. Students learn about different types of syllables and how to break words into parts to read longer words. For example, the teacher can split robot into ro and bot and explain that the first is an open syllable that makes the long vowel sound, and the second is a closed syllable that makes the short vowel sound. The fourth element is morphology, which is the study of meaningful parts of words. Students might look at the word unhelpful and break it into the prefix un, the base word help, and the suffix full. This supports decoding and spelling while also building vocabulary and comprehension. The fifth element is syntax, which is about word order, grammar, and how sentences are put together. A teacher might help students find the subject and predicate in a sentence or compare 2 sentences to see how the meanings change. The sixth element is semantics, which means meaning. Teachers explicitly teach word meanings and help students link new words to what they already know and to understanding text. For example, students might learn the word enormous by hearing a simple definition, seeing a picture, and looking at examples and non-examples and using the word in a sentence. Explicit and systematic instruction. So all 6 elements should be taught explicitly and systematically. Explicit teaching means that the teacher clearly states the learning goal. models the thinking process, guides the student through practice, checks their responses, and provides immediate feedback. Systematic instruction means skills are taught in a planned order, starting with simple ideas and moving to harder ones. Teaching is also cumulative, so students keep practicing and using what they have already learned. Teachers use assessment results to decide when students need more examples, practice, or reteaching. So this infographic could be shared in several ways to build a common language around literacy instruction. New teachers could receive it during orientation or professional development and use it as a planning reference. Grade level teams and administrators could use it during classroom walkthroughs and curriculum discussions. Interventionists, special education teachers, and speech language pathologists could use it to coordinate instruction across settings. A version for families could be shared at literacy nights, conferences, or IEP meetings to explain why students work on sounds, syllables, word parts, vocabulary, and understanding sentences. It could also be posted online in a staff folder or added to newsletters. Sharing the same information with different groups can help everyone work together and make sure all understand how good reading instruction helps students. Structured literacy brings together the science of reading and careful classroom teaching. When teachers clearly and systematically teach phonology, sound-symbol relationship, syllables, morphology, syntax, and semantics, they give students what they need to become skilled, confident, and thoughtful readers. Thank you for your time.